Taskmaster is now an international cabal more powerful than the UN. There's an appetite for pointlessness. Get off! What are you doing? And this is clear with several Taskmasters being made from all over the world. Hi, I'm Mangochi, and to the Mango Muster, I welcome you to a video that no one asked for. And I know what you're thinking. I'm only making this video because last year's Taskmaster video was my most viewed video on my channel, and I hope to get many views again. And honestly, that's absurd. It's absurd and it's hurtful. And if I'm lying, play the Taskmaster music. I watched Taskmaster Australia, Norway, Denmark, Croatia, Canada, New Zealand, Portugal, Finland, Belgium, and Sweden, and let me tell you, the Taskmasters of these countries are just as electrifying and vibrant as a British Taskmaster. Let's take New Zealand, for example.
Welcome everybody to Taskmaster. The show is called Taskmaster, and I am Jeremy Wells, and I am the Taskmaster. I just welcomed you to a show and to myself.
Okay, New Zealand, you gotta give me something more exciting. The Kiwi Taskmaster was a lot of fun to watch, and it had me laughing quite a bit. The Taskmaster looks like Mad Men fanfiction, which adds to the dynamic, and I really enjoyed the cast of season 1 and 2. One of my favorite parts about the other Taskmasters is that some people danced when they were introduced, like in Portugal and Croatia. And honestly, I think this should be mandatory. After the intros comes the prize task, and hats off to Taskmaster Canada for a contestant bringing in my favorite prize task.
Marilyn, ta photo.
Ah, c'est Inception.
Oh, mon Dieu, c'est donc bien surprenant.
After the prize tasks, you have the recorded tasks. And something I realized watching all of these Taskmasters is that a lot of the best tasks from the British Taskmaster were in some of the others, like making this block of ice disappear.
Ah ja, een frigobox.
Or making the ducks fall as quickly as possible and ordering a pizza without using key words.
Naručio pizzu za direktora Semira.
Vegetarijanska jumbo.
Pizza s kulenom.
I slaninom bez rajčice i sira.
Oh my god. Ne smiješ koristiti sljedeće riječi.
Jumbo, najveća
Vegetarijanska pizza.
kulen, slanina, rajčica, sira.
Oh my god.
Dobiješ bonus bod ako uspiješ nagovoriti dostavljača da kaže
Mjehurići.
Wait, how do you say bubbles in Croatian?
Mjehurići.
One more time.
Mjehurići.
Wait a minute, I gotta get me another pronunciation.
Mjehurići.
How do you say bubbles in German?
Blasen.
Arabic?
Verbraten.
Mandarin?
气泡.
Swahili?
Mapovu.
I really enjoyed the Croatian Taskmaster. And honestly, it was great promo for Croatia because I'm watching them and I'm like, these guys seem cool. Like, I want to party with them. I want to drink with them. Of course, you can't have Taskmaster without Alex. Now, not every Alex is called Alex, but in my head, they're all Alex. Kangaroo Alex, Sovereign Wealth Fund Alex, Noma Alex, Poutine Alex,
Mjehurići.
Alex, Kiwi Alex, Nokia Alex, Waffle Alex, and IKEA Alex. Each country approached Alex differently, but there were some consistencies with the British Taskmaster, like Alexisms.
I feel like I'm not going about this the most practical way.
Some Alexes went with their own interpretation of Alex, and some went classic Alex. You know what I mean. That real submissive approach, which Finnish Taskmaster did well at capturing with different desk levels. You know what I mean, that good old bottom approach. I don't mean bottom in a bad way. Some of my friends are bottoms. I mean bottom in a good way, like Barney's protruding bottom. Like, Dear Santa, all I want for Christmas is to be crushed by Barney's bubble bottom. Or
Mjehurić.
bottom now that we are informed citizens. What about Portuguese? How do you say bubbles in Portuguese?
Bolhas.
I wasn't crazy about the Portuguese one. Each episode is also 1 hour and 30, which was a lot for me. I'll probably watch some episodes of it in the future because it's still fun, but I personally wouldn't put it over some of the others. Now, what does the winner of Taskmaster get again?
The winner, at the end of one grueling season, will receive my head.
New Zealand, come on, y'all. I'm trying to run a channel here. I'm putting you on timeout again, but you're gonna get one more chance at redeeming yourself later on. I need a break. Oh wow, a task for you guys. Who could have seen that coming? Please click that subscribe button as it helps the channel out tremendously. I appreciate it. New Zealand is acting up, so let's see what their neighbors are up to.
Excuse me, pizza, por favor, prego.
Excuse me,
Okay, honestly, I expected better from them. Listen, Australia, you can redeem yourself if you just say the thing. Say the thing. Just say the thing.
No.
Yes, yes, they did the thing. I love it. I thoroughly enjoyed the Australian Taskmaster. It only started airing in 2023, and I hope there are more seasons to come. Say the thing one more time.
No.
Belgium, I know you guys have some sense. How are things going over there?
Leo.
Ja.
And tag.
Ja.
Come on, man. They got grown men growling over there. I thought maybe y'all would have it together, but nah. Belgian Taskmaster had some funny moments, but honestly, it wasn't my favorite. How do you say you're all twisted in Flemish? Okay, when I wrote this part, I thought for sure there would be a Google translation for Flemish, but to my surprise, there isn't, and this is a shock to me. I mean, over 5 million people speak Flemish worldwide. For context, there are 470,000 Samoan speakers worldwide, and about 400,000 people who speak Luxembourgish worldwide. Yet, they have their own translation. The head of Google Translate must be Congolese or something, because this seems personal, honestly. So instead, how do you say you're all crazy in Norwegian?
Det alle gale.
Thank you. I asked because I'm concerned about Canada and Norway.
Taktikken å gå inn analt I denne løven. Kan fort gå, tenker jeg. Nå dette plutselig en fruktbar liten sak med egg og...
Why do I have multiple clips of you guys hurting stuffed animals? The Canadians are even brazen enough to have perico out in the open as they stuff it up this panda's body. They just do anything they want up there. Norway and Canada, seek help. We're getting off track here, guys. Taskmaster is about creative and silly tasks, like this one from Taskmaster Sweden, where the contestants were asked questions. And if they got it wrong, they received a buzzer. But little did they know, the buzzer was connected to their partner for this task, who was in a room getting shocked for each wrong answer as they tried to build a Jenga tower. Good old Taskmaster fun. Okay, you get the type of tasks you're supposed to do, Norway? Now give it a try.
En GPS-tracker. Du kan skru meg av og på med denne bryteren.
Beste tegning vinner. Du har 20 minutter fra nå.
Eneste jeg kom på, jeg har lyst til å tegne det man alltid tegner på tavla når man var små, men det er ikke noe gøy.
Det så fort å gå I pikk! Det så fort å gå I pikk!
Det første man tenker jo penis.
Altså, det jo tiss. Penis.
Norway. Why? Even though Norwegian contestants aren't helping me out, Taskmaster Norway was easily one of my favorites. There's a stereotype that Scandinavians don't have a great sense of humor, and I'm not gonna lie, that was in the back of my mind while watching the Scandinavian Taskmasters. Thankfully, I had nothing to worry about, and the Danish and Norwegian Taskmaster were amongst my favorites.
Hold point, det er bare gennem frem. Prøv at det lige meget. Bare tag noget point nu! Julie, den ordblinde filosof kan ikke hjælpe dig.
Nej, jeg vil heller ikke
I wasn't the biggest fan of the Swedish Taskmaster, and I enjoyed the Finnish Taskmaster. Okay, New Zealand, you're out of timeout. Give me a fun and, of course, appropriate prize task.
Angela, what did you bring along?
I bought in a chapstick for your...
You brought along chapstick for
your labia.
Labia.
Yeah. That's just I think it's strawberry scented.
Nothing worse than chapped lips.
Wow, that's crazy. Another task for you guys. Please join my Patreon. It helps me out, and I have commentary on my first Taskmaster video, as well as commentary on some of the other videos that I've done. This is a Taskmaster video, so we know we gotta give out awards. Our first award is for my favorite Taskmaster, and this one would have to go to the Croatian Taskmaster. The man is a savage.
Čovjek kojeg ne treba posebno predstavljati zato što niko ne zna ko je. On je stand-up komičar iz Splita, Ante Stičević.
Next is my favorite Alex, and I gotta give it to Kiwi Alex.
I'm a huge floss user. I have a very popcorn-heavy diet. And I have my shirts customized. The buttons are stitched on with floss in case of an emergency.
I are too. Look at that.
Kiwi Alex has the upbeat attitude that is so clear in the British Taskmaster. His upbeat attitude really adds to the sacred dynamic he has with the Taskmaster. There's a sub-dom relationship you have to respect, a parental-child dynamic that even Freud would be jealous of. And finally, which country had my favorite series? I'd say it's the tie between the Norwegian and the Australian Taskmaster. Those two easily had me laughing the most. And remember, these are all just my opinions, and I'm well aware that there are nuances of language and cultural references that get lost in subtitle translations that will ultimately affect the way I watch the show. Nonetheless, it was a ton of fun watching all the Taskmasters, and if you're from any of these countries, in the comments, please leave any funny comedy panel shows or TV shows you think are worth watching. I thought the British were the cuckoo ones, but it's everyone. And maybe we're all a bit cuckoo, and there's nothing wrong with that. Who knew there was such an appetite for pointlessness around the world? So, what have we learned today? Pointlessness has no bounds. There's a chapstick for everything these days. And of course, bubbles.
Mjehurići.